This is Eldon, and I'm not sure how he ended up on top of a skyscraper in the middle of an outbreak, but there's one thing I do know. We're gonna kill every last zombie inside this building. But before anything else, here are the traits I'll be using for this run. And if you guys also want to try this map out, the link is in the description. Oh, and like and subscribe. The first day couldn't get any worse for my boy Eldon. Below the rooftop was a massive horde waiting for him, and the only way to survive said horde was to shove them off the railings. And yes, I know I'm kind of cheesing it a little bit, but I don't see any scenario where I could kill them off one by one with my bare hands. After killing the last Zed, I went to the storage area and grabbed some essentials. Sleeping pills, guns, and most importantly, gas masks. Yeah, guns will help me thin out the horde faster, but to truly thrive in this nightmare scenario, I need protection from corpse sickness. Now it's time to cue the first montage of this video. After 11 in-game hours, I only have like 200 more bullets and I've only cleared 3 floors out of 20. It's time to lock in and be accurate with my shots if I want to clear more of the lower floors efficiently. After using up the last of my AR-15 and Beretta ammo, I remembered seeing a stash of 7.62 boxes earlier, and luckily an H&K G3 to go with them. Honestly, this has been my luckiest run so far. In all my previous attempts, the RNG was never on my side. I'd find the guns but no ammo, the ammo but no guns, or sometimes just nothing at all. I knew that sooner or later, the luck's going to run out, and I'll have to switch to melee. But for now, I'm making every bullet count. By the time the lower floors are in sight, the ammo is gone. We have cleared down to the 12th floor, but at the cost of every bullet we had. I make the long trek back up to the 19th, retreating to the only safety I know, to wash the blood from Eldon's clothes and finally eat. Suddenly, I remember who Eldon was before all this, a construction worker, and it's time to lean into that. I decided to scavenge the upper floors for hammers and pipes, trading firepower for blunt force. I make it back to the 14th floor and start the grind. The fatigue catches up after a while. Eldon is swarmed and forced to retreat up the stairs to split the horde, and in the chaos, it finally happens. A scratch to his right hand. This is the first injury of the run, a reminder that in this tower, one mistake is all it takes. After 9 hours of constant head bashing and running, I realized that sooner or later, my blunt weapons would probably break. Without the skills for repairing and the materials for it, I decided to look for some more weapons of the same kind. I found a baseball bat and a pipe wrench, exactly what I'm looking for. And at this point in the recording, the gas mask filter has already run out. This means that Alden is now vulnerable to corpse sickness. The only solution for this is to avoid the piles of bodies after a period of time. Unfortunately, I only have a couple of safe spots due to the bloodbath on the floors I've cleared. It's been 4 days. Alden has fought his way through nearly half of the 20-story building, but the tower is starting to bite back. To save what's left of his tools, I crafted a spiked bat from a baseball bat and some scavenged nails. My luck eventually ran dry. In a moment of total disregard for my blind spot, I head back upstairs, unaware of the strays tracking me from above. A scratch and a laceration. One of them was on his neck, and it's the kind of injury that ends most runs in seconds. But Alden wasn't ready to let the tower win. Despite the ringing pain and the blood on his collar, he has no choice but to charge through. The baseball bat didn't last as long as I hoped. The wood eventually splintered under the pressure of 800 skulls. And just like that, we're forced to go back to basics. Back to the hammer. By this time, I've already reached the 6th floor, but I've yet to clear it. A horde from the lower floors must have heard Alden as they came rushing in from below. I decided to slowly back up to the 7th floor, but Alden was already pretty exhausted. It was a pretty intense moment trying to maneuver the large group. We're 9 days in, and most of floors 5 through 7 are finally clear. To make sure no strays catch him off guard like in the earlier days, I decided to do a methodical sweep, checking every room and barricading the stairwells level by level. It's the only way to be certain the upper floors are truly his. With the 6th floor finally secured and sealed, we move into the 5th. He's close now, but the building has one last hurdle for him, and as always, a concentrated group has occupied the floor, standing between him and the finish line. The next few days became a blur of muscle memory and adrenaline for Alden. Every floor was a repeat of the last. Walk down, swing, rest, then swing again. 1126 kills becomes 1200, then 1300. But as Alden reaches the threshold of the final floors, something changes. It's been 13 days. I loaded my save, thinking I'd have more zombies to kill, but as I walked down floor to floor, it became evident that something was wrong. The building was completely empty. even in areas I haven't entered yet. I tried shouting from floor to floor and still nothing. The only Zeds I've seen were nowhere near as close to the skyscraper. And I like to think this was some weird, creepy horde migration where all of them walked out, but I'm pretty sure this was a bug. But even so, with the conditions set and the building cleared, I guess you could say I won the challenge. If you guys liked the video, hit like and sub for more. I'm aiming for weekly or bi-weekly uploads depending on the challenge. You guys can comment below what I should try next, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.